Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Doobert webinar series. So today we're going to be looking at our reporting module, which is really exciting because a lot of organizations love to be able to generate reports, not only because they submit them for one reason or another, but they also love the valuable insights that they can get from the reporting module. For example, reporting on your cases, zip codes, or any information like that is really insightful to organizations to kind of understand where a lot of their requests come from or any location factors as well. So there's a lot of really great insights that this module can give you, so stay tuned. So checking out our reporting overview, there are 50 plus reportable fields across Doobert as of right now, but that number is always growing. We're always looking to make changes and improve in any way that we can. So that number will definitely be on the rise as we continue to build new functionality and add some new fields to our modules. And the great thing about the reporting module is that you can choose the fields that you want to report on with the customized reporting tool. So you can go in and select the reportable fields to build your own custom report. So it's really great to be able to pick and choose what you want versus what you don't need and create really customized and tailored reports to fit your needs. And then another great time-saving feature is the custom reporting templates. These are really great because if you have a report that you run frequently, it's really good to refer back to that and run that template, and you'll have your report in seconds with all of your new updated cases. So that's a really exciting feature that I'm excited to show you guys. And then the reporting module is only available for those on the Pro plan, so definitely keep that in mind if you are interested in reporting at all. So the great thing about the reporting module is that it is very customizable, and you can also choose your reportable fields from each module. So depending on which module you use, whether that be companion case management, animals, or foster space, you have the option to choose your reportable fields from any of those modules. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is that companion case management, you have to keep it within companion case management. You can't cross between animals and foster space, but you can always just run separate reports for that type of situation. So now we are going to look at our templates. So the templates are really great if you run reports often. If you have a couple set reports that you like to use for one reason or another. So for example, you have some that are location based, and then you have some that are program related or animals related. You can keep all of those separate and run that report with the click of a button and open that report in any sheet viewer, for example, like Excel or Google Sheets, anything that you prefer. So that's another really great feature, is that you can put it into any of these spreadsheet viewers and go through and either put any tables in or pie charts, bar charts, anything like that that you like to use to compare your data is another really great resource. So now we're going to jump into the system and check all of this out. So I'm going to head over to my organization's account. I'm logged in our beta environment. So in case anything looks a little off, just keep that in mind. We call this like our sandbox. So if I see anything a little bit off, I will be sure to point that out to you. But we're going to head down to our reporting tab right here. And we're going to go and start in our companion case management reporting. So now we can go ahead and start changing our fields right here. So we're going to click on Change Fields, and we're going to go through here and remove all of the current. And then now we're going to start fresh and start building our first companion case management report. So we're going to go ahead and choose Assign To if we want to know how many of our cases are assigned to our team members. So we're going to click on that one. And then as we scroll, we'll be able to choose animal type as well. And then we can keep going, and then we can collect any location information if we would like to. So I can always go ahead and click on our states, and we can also keep scrolling, and if we want to gather the source. Source is a really great one to kind of identify where a lot of your requests or applications come from. So whether that be a Google search or a Facebook post, anything like that. And then as we keep scrolling, we have a lot more options. So here we can see any of the privacy options or whether they have a foster. Any likes, dislikes, fun facts is another great one. So we can go ahead and choose anything we'd like. So I'm going to go through, just pick a couple, and then we will run the report and you guys can see how it all looks. So we'll do a case name, case type, case ID, and we can also do a case status. So once we have all of our fields, we're going to click on add. And now they have all gone into our selected fields. So we're going to click update. And now we have our newly generated report right here. So now we can scroll and look at all of these. And then if we want to export this, we're just going to head up here and we're going to click export or print. So if we export, for example, and now we can open up this report. So if we pull it up big, we might have to resize some of our columns really quick. But now we can see all of our case information that we find most valuable. So we can see the states that the cases were from, the animal types, what team members they were assigned to, if you have team members, and then we have our source here as well, Facebook, friends, internet, really great options to give you some insight as to how you get the word out. And then we have our case IDs here as well if you want to identify any by the ID number. Case name is really important to include. We have our case types, which are very important to include in your report as well. If you want to kind of separate them by the program, we can add some filters or sort and filter anything we want, we don't want, or to put in any charts. We can do our case statuses here as well. So we can also see any high-level counts if we were to put like a formula in to count all these out, see how many crisis boarding we have, how many pet food pantry, things like that. So I'm sure you guys know how to run your reports in Excel. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what it looks like when you open the report. So now we're going to jump back into the reporting module. So now we are going to go back into our reporting module right here. Oops. And we're going to check out the animals reporting options. So now we're going to go here and change our fields again, remove all of the current ones, and we're going to go ahead and generate our animals report. So we can go ahead by finding our favorite fields again. So we have a lot of options in here to report on. So for example, primary color, secondary color, any distinguishing marks, current status, next status, bite history is a good one. Cost to organization is another really great one to run a report on. Animal types, breeds, so we can do type, breed, and any allergies we can run a report on. Bite history, just to know how many pets we're taking in that have a bite history, whether they're house trained, and all that looks good. So we're going to go ahead and click add. And one thing that I do also want to point out is if you are curious in finding the count of how many of your animal profiles are used in transports, you can click animals connected to transports as well. That's a really, really good insight. Okay, so now all of our fields look good and we're ready to add them over and run our report. We're just going to click on add right here, and now we have all those, so we're just going to click on update, and now we can see our new report. And like I said, this is our test account, so that's why some of these are blank, as we typically don't always fill in all of the animal details. But just so you get an idea, if you are using this for a more practical purpose, they will have information there if you report on the fields that you use. And then another thing that I want to point out is that if you want to run a report on everything in here, we can go ahead and click this add all option on any of the reporting options, and it will put that whole list in here, and then we can just run a report on all of our animals as well with all of the fields included. So that's another really great option if you're looking for just a very comprehensive report. So I'm not going to waste your time and open the report again, but we're going to go and check out our foster space reporting right here. And similar, we can see all of these, so we can go ahead and change our fields. We don't have as many with the foster space reporting module, but we do still have quite a few. So you can always go ahead and pick which ones you'd like. So now I'm going to put in animal name, foster status, general tags, foster name, and now we're going to click add. So now I have all these, and we're going to click on update. So if this is a report that we think we're going to run pretty frequently, we can go ahead and click on these three dots right here and click save as a template. So here we're going to name our template foster space webinar template, and we're going to click save. So now we have that template. So then we can go up here and click apply template, foster space webinar template, and all of that will fall in. So that is just a little bit of information on how you can use the templates. So that's a really great feature if you are big on reporting and think you're going to be running these reports pretty frequently. So that is all I have for today's webinar. So now we're going to jump into our Q&A and talk about some questions. So our first question is, how can I manage any of my templates or view the entire list of templates that I have? So great question. We are going to jump back into our reporting module right here, and we're going to click on this manage templates. So then right here, we're able to see all of the templates that we have within our organization. And right here, we can edit them if we have any updates that we want to make, or we can delete them. And if you have quite a few, you can search here as well, but we also have a few search features. So we can search by module and the date that it was created, anything like that. So definitely check that out. Moving back into our Q&A. So our next question is, are there any advancements coming soon to the reporting module to make it more customizable? And the short answer is yes. So we have a lot of different options that we're exploring in building out the reporting module, adding some exciting new features. So stay tuned for that, and I'm sure you guys will love it. But other than that, that is all I have for today's reporting webinar. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in our next webinar.